Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here. We're back and we're doing a best of one Crimson Vow draft. Voice of the Blessed is the rare. We're going to take it. It's a very strong card. At its best in black-white, life gain. Other good cards in here. Panic Bystander, which happens to work well with Voice of the Blessed. We have Sigarda's Imprisonment, which is solid removal. Butler's playable. Escort is also playable. Might even wheel it. Binding Geist, Cruel Witness. Steelclad Spirit grew on me. Wretched Throng has kind of disappointed me. But I've seen it be good. Mind Leech Ghoul is playable. Flame Breather, maybe after that last draft. You know, I've played against it, and it is serviceable in a pinch, but it goes late. Let's take the rare. See if we can put something together here. Okay. Follow-up pick, I feel good about taking Valorous Stance over Imprisonment. Indestructible is very versatile, and this deals with most of the feel-bad rares in the format. I guess it doesn't deal with Halana, but great card. 2 mana, instant speed, too. Unfortunate that we're passing to Imprisonments, but what are you going to do? Gift of Fangs in black, Celebrants in red, Epicure as well. These are good cards, so Sawblade, Slinger. Wash Away. I like the counterspells in this format, and Wash Away is actually, in my opinion, a pretty good one, but let's take the Valorous Stance for now. Wow. Past Jakob Hauken. This card is very good. Besides the fact that it's just a looter. At a certain point, it turns into an enchantment that lets you play spells for free. Pretty amazing. Yeah, we'll take that over what Shield Basher and Parish Blade Trainee that are on color. Courier Bat wants to be in the same deck as the Voice of the Blessed life gain deck, but I'm going to take Jakob. Mr. Jakob. Alright, now there's just Shield Basher in white. Could take the Lantern Bearer if we want to continue down a blue path. Who knows, maybe white won't end up open. 2 good red cards in here still, but I'll take the Lantern Bearer. People were telling me for a long time that I was undervaluing this card, and maybe I was. The Disturb effect on it is pretty awesome, so we'll take it. Okay, the pick here. I mean, if I had my choice, I feel like... Well, I was going to say Voice is the strongest card we have, but it's probably Jakob. That's tough. More good vampires here. But for me, it's between Kindly Ancestor, Chill of the Grave, Cruel Witness. And it's probably between Kindly Ancestor and Chill. And I think I'll take the Ancestor. It's just a good card. Good against aggro. Obviously going to be good with Voice. Comes back, you get the Disturb. It's still good in blue-white. I do like Chill of the Grave, but yeah, we'll take the Ancestor. Okay. Well, I suppose we take Cobbled Lancer now. Unfortunately, probably not at its best in a deck that wants to run Disturb creatures, but that's okay. We'll still take it over Knife and Dreadlight Monstrosity. And yeah, I guess we'll be alright with that. Well, I suppose we'll take another Lancer here. I mean, sometimes you just gotta play a 3/3, even if it means exiling your Lantern Bearer or Ancestor from your graveyard. Well, we can take the Spirit, but probably take the Binding Geist. Makes more sense, more Disturb. I mean, the whole point of blue-white is to play stuff like Nurturing Presence and Brine Comber, so you can take advantage of these Disturb effects, and like Storm Chaser Drake and stuff like that. So we don't have any of that, but that's okay. I think we'll probably take another Binding Geist. Escort technically can protect Voice of the Blessed, but I don't know if you noticed, we have 1 life gain card so far, so who knows? Maybe we won't even end up white. There's a reasonable chance of that happening too. Wow, it's a late epic here. What are the chances of me playing 3 Binding Geist? Pretty low, I would think. Could just take the Epic here because it's pick 10. It's a great card. I don't really care if I miss out on either of these too much. I'm just going to take it in case white doesn't pan out. Fear of Death kind of makes sense with 2 Cobbled Lancers. Or all the Disturb stuff, I guess. In general, not a very good card, but since we don't have any removal, pick 12 Epic here. Really? Alright, well, that feels good. I think we'll go chill over Scattered Thoughts. We want some actual interaction here. And we have zombies too, so zombie horses. Well, it kind of feels like maybe blue-red's open. Alright, we can take Lunar Rejection here. Lantern Flare, we're a little bit too far away from that. There's Foreboding Statue, which I do like, but I'd rather have some, because we have a lot of creatures, right? Yeah. We need some targeted stuff. I'm going to take Rejection over Chill, because Bounce is better than Tap, typically. Although this does tap for 2 turns. There's also Flame Blessed Bolt, which might be better than both, but I'm still just going to take the Rejection. Be okay with it. Yeah, it kind of feels like maybe white's not worth pursuing. Well, we got Epicure super late last time. We probably could do that again. Could take the Scab. Epicure is actually reasonable exploit fodder. We only have a Chill to get back though, so probably not worth it. I like Fearful Villager. I like it more than most. But maybe they both wheel. I don't know. Maybe we just take the Epic here. Because it's just awesome. Plays way better than it looks. And wheel the Villager. We'll see. Or I could take the Villager and wheel the Epic here. I don't actually know what's more likely to happen. Wolf Rider's a good card. 1-drop, 1/2 menace, and then it spits out... once again, it's kind of like... Problem is, it's kind of like taking away from what we're trying to do here. We're trying to do disturb stuff. Maybe it makes more sense to actually take the Lantern Bearer. Like, this ability is good, but we're never going to be able to do it with all the disturb and exile effects we're doing out of our own graveyard. Like, we're never going to have enough gas for this. So it's probably better to just have another disturb creature, one that flies and one that can make our other dudes fly. Well, you know me. I love Catgeist. Let's just stick to blue for now anyway, so I feel good about Catgeist. It's totally a fine card. Not amazing, but totally fine. We have ways to make it fly. It can chump block and come back on one of your flyers and start drawing you cards. Could take the Skywarp Scab, I guess. More of the same problem. Too much exile out of our graveyard, but that's alright. Wow, Child of the Pack. Well, if I could realistically splash that, I probably would, but I don't think that I can, so we'll just keep taking Lantern Bearers. This is a weird deck. I don't think I've ever had this many 1-drops before. Alright, Wanderlight Spirit, not a card I typically like, but kind of makes sense in here with 3 Well, I guess Lantern Bearer doesn't make... Go with the Mischievous Catgeist. And that's it. I don't know. Maybe just because we need flyers. Cruel Witness is good. Second Statuette, typically good, but I guess we have some gas for it. This isn't the right deck for it. I guess we'll take Cruel Witness. We're borderline mono blue? Alright. I guess so. Yeah, I mean... It's a very realistic chance we're mono blue? That's insane. How did that happen? Never seen that before. Guess we take the Repository Scab. Starting Wretched Throwing now. It seems a bit late, but... Alright. Hmm. What do we have to bring back with Repository Scab? Lunar Rejection. All the late white now, huh? And then we open Catilda, huh? Well. Would I rather just go back on the Voice of the Blessed plan? Because otherwise I can go mono blue, but Catilda's incredibly strong, so maybe we just do that. Despite not having any other life gain. This is just weird. Oh, and then we open Aruth, huh? Aruth is so good. Kind of like the Voice of the Blessed Catilda plan more than Aruth, though, so maybe we just take Twin Blade Geist, which is a great 2-drop. Give flyers double strike or whatever we need to do. Probably get the Wretched Throng back. Imprisonment. Pretty awesome. Great removal. And we already have a deck, so we can probably get off the Wretched Throng anyway. Stitched Assistant. Well, we have some sack fodder. 17 creatures, so we could use some more non-creature stuff. But there's nothing like that for us here, so probably Stitched Assistant, I guess. The weakest creatures we have, usually Wanderlight Spirit. And I don't know if I like the Repository Scab here either. Geez, Alluring Suitor is so strong. Probably take another Beer of Death just because we have a lot of graveyard stuff. Then maybe we want to keep our evasion. I'll figure it out. Well, we can actually take the Beguiler. Wait, didn't we already have one? No, I guess not. Nurturing Presence we have. Probably not playing that, am I? Guess it is kind of good with Catilda. Maybe Beguiler just because we don't have much interaction. It can block and tap things. Could take Cradle of Safety too, I guess. Cradle probably would have been just fine. I actually like Syncopate, so we're going to take that here. Piercing Light versus Griff Rider. We have 8 non-creatures, but 2 of them are Fear of Death. I kind of want more flyers, though. I'm going to go with the flyer. I could take the Retrieval here, actually. For more bounce. Yeah, you know what? I'm okay with that. Or Shield Basher and Knife. Well, we could have 2 Wretched Throng, but I don't really like it. I'm not playing all these Binding Geists anyway, though, so I'll just take it in case. Could have 3 Wretched Throng, huh? I don't really care. I probably don't need 2 Retrievals, though, either. But, you know what? I'm actually going to take 2 Retrievals. Maybe I like it more than Fear of Death, even in this deck. We'll see. This is more of a sideboard card, but it's an uncommon. Unlocks more of the vault, and I don't have a sideboard anyway, so. So, main issue with this deck, we don't have much life gain synergy for Voice of the Blessed. we could probably go mono blue. I don't see a ton of advantage to it other than smoother mana base. 20 creatures and 10 non-creatures, so we can start cutting creatures pretty easily. We can probably cut non-creatures, so I guess Beguiler can go. It's whatever anyway. What do we even have to bring back with Repository Scab? We have Retrievals, Syncopate, Valorous Stance, Lunar Rejection, Chills. Actually, these are all pretty good. Could see cutting the Binding Geist. Stitched Assistant. Sometimes maybe sacking Lantern Bearers or Catgeist could be good, but honestly that might get on the chopping block too, because we just have to make cuts. So maybe cut the Binding Geist. Maybe cut the Assistant. Why am I keeping Wanderlight Spirit? Because it flies? That's it? It's the only reason why? It's good with like Twin Blade Geist. Good with Catgeist. I don't love it, but it does fly. And it's a spirit for Catilda. It's pretty good rationale, actually. So Stitch Assistant is just kind of good with Lantern Bearer, extra card draw, get a spell out of your graveyard. It's not bad. But how many spirits do I have? 9? That's actually a lot. And I'm down to 17 creatures, so I probably want to cut 2 creatures. Honestly, it's probably Wanderlight Spirit and Assistant. Yeah. All right. Unless, do I want to cut... Skywarp Scab is kind of whatever anyway. Because we're already... Why do I like Skywarp Scab? Sometimes it can draw a card, but we have so many things that play out of our graveyard with Disturb that it's going to be hard enough to do the Lancers. Yeah, you know what? There's a decent argument to just cut the Skywarp Scab. Maybe instead of like Wanderlight Spirit or Assistant. It still comes down to one of those two, doesn't it? Yeah, which one? Let's keep the Flyer, I guess. So then I have to cut 2 non-creatures or another creature. It's probably the Fear of Death. Fear of Death is kind of cool in that it feeds our graveyard for Lancer and puts Disturb in there. That's true. But I feel as though I would rather do bounces like Lunar Rejection, Retrievals, taps like Chill, Imprisonment, Valorous Stance, and I want to keep the Syncopate, so we have like enough interaction where I don't think that we need it. I'm not in love with this deck. I think the main issue is we didn't end up with enough stuff to interact positively with Voice of the Blessed, even though having the double rare of Catilda and Voice of the Blessed is kind of cool. And Jakob is good. We don't have any feel bads, and we don't have enough of the actual blue-white synergies. And I think that's going to be costly. But this is what we got. This is how we got to run it. So, all right, we'll run it like this. We'll see you round 1. All right, here in round 1, we'll keep this. This hand is totally fine. That was a good draw. Two on top, huh? Oh. Hmm. I'll take 7. It's an unfortunate draw. Let's see here. So I can Lunar Rejection, the Stitched Assistant, or the 1/1 token. Or the Biolume Serpent, but I want to have them lethal next turn, so probably makes the most sense to do. I guess I have to do the Assistant, which is fine, I guess, because then they have to block the Ancestor anyway. All right, that's gonna get real tough now. I guess we have to stay back and most likely lose, but it was a close one. We basically just needed to draw a land for like 4 turns, and I think we easily would have had it. Too late, unfortunately. We can play Catilda, but they can just make something unblockable and still get in there. I can attack with an Ancestor, I guess, and then play Catilda. I still think we end up dying. But I guess we'll do it anyway. Let's see. If I don't have anything to bring back, right? I have an empty graveyard. If I were to sack a lantern, let's say I sack Catilda. I don't think that's going to work. I can sack Lantern Bearer. Well, I have enough blockers, so I can block. They'll make Serpent unblockable, and then I can block 1, 2, 3, 4. You could see it actually working. I don't have anything to bring back, though, so I'm just doing it as like a way to make another dude fly. Is that what my plan is? Because they only have one flyer. It's not bad. But the issue is the Harvester is going to gain them life. Well, they can only attack one more. They can only attack one more time with the Serpent, making it unblockable unless they drew another island. But how do we lose our? How do we lose our rejection again? To exile? Now I forget. Syncopate. Maybe that was it. That goes there. Maybe it makes more sense. That goes there. This goes here. This goes here. This goes here. I guess we kind of want to kill the Whispering Wizard, don't we? So it goes like that. And then that leaves us with Catilda and Voice of the Blessed. So this is lethal. But they'll have lethal. Well, if they have anything, it's lethal anyway, so I probably just get in there and I can play Cactus, but they'll kill us with the Serpent. So I guess it doesn't matter. We might as well just suit up. Wow. Shocked we won that one. Why did they go all in? They had blockers to buy them some time. They kind of just cost themselves a turn, I would say, by attacking the way they did, but we'll take it. We'll see for the next one. All right, we'll keep this hand a wee bit slow. I'm actually happy I played the white mana first because we have Voice of the Blessed. Oh. Oh, Jakob. Cool. Well, I guess cracking a blood token's better than a Flame Blessed Bolt there. Syncopate. Well, Guess we can do this first. Ah, Valor's stance, huh? Well, why don't we get rid of maybe the Lancer? Counterspell. Opponent's deck is full of surprises. They literally went Epicure, Gift into blue counterspell. They went red spell into black spell into blue spell. And they're like kicking our butt right now. Alright, now we'll get rid of the planes, I guess. Guess we'll go Cruel Witness to get the spirit back. Hope they don't have more goodness out there. Can't believe we're losing to this. Can't believe we're losing to this. So what's Catilda right now? Is it a 1-1? I think we have to play Cruel Witness and hope they don't have an answer for it. Wish I could syncopate that. Wonder if I just do this anyway. Probably. So 6th land. Well, actually that land is kind of valuable. Because I can play it Catilda plus Ancestor. So I'd probably do that. Let's get rid of the syncopate, I guess. And Catilda's pro-vampire, too. I can keep that on top. So, can I attack with the Witness here? Or do I not want to? Well, I'm at 1 life, so if they have another Epicure, we die. Say I attack with the Witness and they take it. I can still afford to take their Cruel Witness. My Catilda gets smaller, though. If they have any... Because they have a blood token, too. I mean, I'm just trying to think if I'd rather get in, trade, be able to block their Epicure anyway. Let's just get in. They may not even know that Catilda has Pro Vampire, which is just super important here. So we can do both of these. All right. Could bounce the Epicure, but I don't even want them to get the extra damage and draw. But then they can replay the Witness, huh? No, I guess I don't want that either. All right. So, I get a free spell off this. Is that right? How do I look what's underneath it? There we go. So I can get Lancer for free. I don't have anything to cast it with. Surprisingly, flipping Hauken right now like isn't even that useful. It's almost more valuable as a blocker, but we want to play Lantern Bearer to buff up the Catilda, and then we can do Retrieval. So we can do this. Get in for 6. Probably makes more sense to just bounce the Harvester, but that's all right. Let's just do this because we're going to have so much lethal in the air. It's not even going to matter. Just to remind you folks, we almost lost to the 3-color aggro red spell into black spell into blue counter spell deck. All right, we'll see for the next one. This is keep. Good keep too. Gifted Fangs? Are they thinking about it? All right. It's actually pretty good for us because now we can do turn 2 Catgeist. potential turn 3, make it fly and start drawing, which should be real good. I think I'll do that. Let's see why not. Catilda now is a 3/3 because of the enchantment plus the Catgeist. So that's pretty good too. That's I may want to just protect Catgeist for now. Like, it may be in our best interest to just go Twin Blade Geist, leave up Valorous Stance, and Retrieval. And then next turn, I can play Catilda and protect it with Valorous Stance or Retrieval as well. So this is like playing around a lot of removal, which I think is good, because we're drawing cards every turn. And they don't even have a good attack here. Like if they play like a Rending Flame or even a Flame Blessed Bolt, we can protect against it. So that's an important note. And we've already divinationed off of Catgeist, which is pretty excellent. So I'm feeling like if they pass the turn and they bleed dry Catgeist, I don't even know if I want to protect it anymore. It probably at that point makes more sense to just play Catilda and then protect it. Because Catilda, I mean, protecting Catgeist, if I can protect it with Valorous Stance, I will. But I don't think that, yeah, like, I can go Retrieval here, but I lose my Lantern Bearer, so I don't even know if it's necessarily worth it. Probably makes more sense to just let this die. It did its job, it divinationed, because I can Retrieval it, but it doesn't do that much for me. So I'm just going to let it die, play Catilda, which is fine, and protect Catilda with Valorous Stance and Retrieval here. Oh, Anya, huh? Well, thank goodness I have this Valorous Stance in my hand to deal with this horribly disgusting Feel Bad card that shouldn't have been printed. Sure hope they don't have Unholy Malice in their hand or whatever it's called. I really want them to crack that token, so I don't have to worry about the Malice. The fact that they're even hovering over the token makes me think they don't have it in their hand. Because if you had that in your hand, there's no way that you would crack that token. Your Ragged Recluse can wait a turn to protect Anya. Although we are playing blue-white, so it's not like there's not a lot of spot removal in the colors that we're playing. Valorous Stance is an uncommon. It's one of the few like destroy effects in this color combination, but we're gonna go for it and hope they don't have it. All right, good. So we can sack Twin Blade Geist with Scab to get Stance back, but we want to attack first because Geist is currently buffing Catilda. So we go land, get in with Catilda, play Scab, sack Geist. And get back Stance. So we can actually blow up the catapult fodder too if we want. No real need right now. I mean, we're going to stick the Geist on the Catilda so that probably, oh, splash green? Is that for like Brambleworm? Well, we'll see. So they still can't flip their catapult fodder, so I'm okay with this for now. I don't need to. Valorous Stance is more valuable to us than blowing up a catapult fodder, and they're digging anyway, so that's all good. Do I want to Chill of the Grave anything? Not really. It doesn't open up an attack for us, so might as well just... Well, I guess I could tap the Recluse. Or the Witch, rather. Keep them off an attack for a turn. Draw a card. All right. That's a good draw. Ooh, real good draw. How much is this? Disturb is 3 as well. Well, you can get in for 4 now, but it's probably better to just play the Witness and leave up Retrieval and Stance, and only get in for 1 this turn. I don't want to tap out. It doesn't seem like a good idea. I think it makes more sense to do it this way. Celebrant will let happen. I can stance that. I kind of like that, but we're just winning this race right now, so I don't even have to. Oh, Syncopate too? That's a good draw. That is a good draw. So we don't really need to land there. I mean, this is going to be lethal real quick. We can make the trade here because we don't actually need, we don't really have any. It's not like I can attack back with the Scab anyway, so that's fine. We have Syncopate up too for expensive things. They're dead here, so they have to actually do something huge. I think they're dead, right? 4, 7. I guess they're not dead. If I rip a spirit, they're dead. And we do have quite a few spirits. Courier Bat. So I can't successfully syncopate that. Well, we have stance again for that, so that's fine. Jakob. Makes more sense to block Catilda. Because it protects. I'm surprised they didn't. So if I play Jakob, I can still syncopate, so we'll do that. I don't know why I keep calling him Jakob. It's just more fun than Jacob. His last name sounds kind of Dutch, maybe? Houken? So I guess we syncopate for 3. Problem is, can I beat Anya right now? Because they're gonna flip Catapult Fodder, but that doesn't really matter. I wonder if I just let it resolve. Valorous stance it, and I can still syncopate. Yeah, I think we let it resolve actually. We don't even have to Valorous stance it. So I think what we do is end of turn, retrieval the bat, because we still have lethal. And we still have the counter spell up too, so oh yeah, we'll keep that. Buffs Catilda, so yeah, we're keeping that. All right, we'll see you for the next one. All right, we'll keep this. We're on the play. This hand needs a little bit of help because it's looking a little slow, but it's all right. Well, it's a start. Ooh, perfect draw there. So we'll do Catilda for sure. Because then we can go Wanderlight Spirit on next turn and make it even bigger. Oh. Oh, really? The Spirit still. Well, if they're going to kill Catilda, I hope it's not an exile spell. Alright. Mariner, we really don't care about. We're just going to kill that now. so they can't even attack with 2 creatures. Wow. They were not having any of that. We'll see for the next one. Ooh, got a good keep here. Guess the Lancers are a little bit awkward. I'm gonna keep the bearer back. So I can start flying over. Sure. Probably keep up Valor's stance and syncopate, I guess. All right. I'm probably okay trading Sport Crawler for Lancer because I can draw a card off of it too, or just play another one. So we'll do this for now. Can't quite play Catilda yet. So I can draw off Lancer, but it probably makes more sense to just go Lancer, Lantern Bearer, pass. Sharpshooter, huh? Well, I guess I can stance it. Sure. So I don't know if I want to stance the Sharpshooter anymore. Lets me get in for 1, but it's not that good. I think we'll just go land. Huh, see. Well, now it's a little more worth our time. Let's just play Catilda for now. And pass. I'd have to wait for another white mana in order to like be able to protect Catilda, but there's certainly some exile effects that get us here. Flame Blessed Bolt at common, Bleed Dry at common, but if they don't have those, we can protect Catilda next turn. I mean, we can't protect from Bleed Dry regardless, so it doesn't really matter. Well, I guess I'd probably rather Valor Stance that anyway. So I'm thinking the play... Yeah, the play now is land, Valor Stance, the... Probably the Sharpshooter now, because we're going to get it back anyway. So... Oh... I guess we could prevent... Yeah, maybe it actually makes more sense to do it to Celebrant. But we're going to be gaining life, and I want to get in with both. Alright, let's just do Sharpshooter then. Get in for 3 flying. Gain the life. Scab. Sack Lantern Bearer. Get back Valorous Stance. Because they can attack with Celebrant, we won't block. And then we can do Lantern Bearer on Cobbled Lancer. Because if they have targeted removal, we'd rather them do it to the Lancer. Unless it's Bleed Dry, but whatever. Well, them digging, I would say, is probably a good sign. Sure. Well, now we could double block Celebrant. They should have attacked first. I guess they just assumed I was going to block, but I wasn't planning on it. Now they are? That's interesting. I will double block now. It's not like I have a good... I mean, my smashback is the same anyway, so this is fine. And then we leave up Valor's Stance, and I guess I'll leave a Plains in my hand because they've already got a couple Mind Leech Ghouls there. And we're winning this race, so it doesn't really matter. We can afford to take 8 here. Ah, Anya, huh? Oh, that's a good draw. Still just taking 8. Wow. I have Heart Shaman too, huh? Got some sweet rares in there. Ah, Voice of the Blast. Nice one. Alright. See you for the next one. Ooh, it's a good hand. Look at this ghost cat playing with yarn. Jeez, talk about a good turn progression. Oh, Undead Butler. Putting a mighty stop to that Catilda plan. What'd you get in there? Lumberknout and Spore Crawler. Those are pretty good ones. Oh. Well, I guess I'm going to draw a card then. Just feels like pretty good value to me. Might not get another opportunity, and actually imprisonment on the Butler is pretty good unless they have exploit right now. I guess if they exploit now it's pretty good for them, but whatever. I got my Catgeist value. Maybe in case they have Wolf Strike I should attack. I think that's probably true. But now I can use the Catgeist, so this is fine. 2. Fine as well. So probably makes more sense to put the Catgeist on the Lantern Bearer, I think. Because if they're going to target something with removal, I would prefer they do it to my less exciting dude. Although that doesn't play around Flame Blessed Bolt very well. So maybe I should think about it a little bit longer. I mean, there's a lot of removal spells, so it doesn't play around. It kind of does. Oh, they have Bleed Dry mana. All right, Bleed Dry mana. I'm going to do the Catgeist on the... Actually, maybe I just attack and play Griff Rider. Yeah, that probably makes sense, actually. I think that's the plan. Because I think they have Bleed Dry anyway, so that's totally fine. Oh, a Braid. Well, that's all right, too. Now we can get that back at some point as well. Oh, they did have Bolt Strike. All right. So if I do, let's just do Catgeist now. I'm all right with it. Jeez. All right, hey. You got everything, you deserve it. If you literally have removal into removal into removal, then you got it. It's all yours, buddy. You got it, you deserve it. Hmm. I was thinking they dug up another removal spell. Oh, just an Averbrook Caretaker, huh? Let me ask you guys a question. How has this deck managed to beat Anya twice and Averbrook Caretaker? I have no idea. If you had told me that at the beginning, after the drafting process, hey, you're going to beat Anya. If you had like a betting line, and one of the things on the bet was you're going to beat Anya twice and Averbrook Caretaker, it would have been whatever the odds are times a million. It would have been a million odds. And I would have never taken them. I would have been like, no, there's no, what am I, an idiot? I'm not going to bet on that. I'm not a lunatic. All right, we'll see you for the next one. All right, it's a good hand. We've got Flyer into Counterspell into Griff Rider with some tempo backup. Scorpion I'm gonna let resolve. Does open them up for like whatever, Wolf Strike, but it's alright. I don't want to counter a Scorpion. Weaver might have been a little more preferable of a counter, but that's alright. Oh, good draw there. Oh, they're in trouble now. They're in big trouble now. And we even play this and they can't even flip their dudes. Yeah. So I can do this and still syncopate, but I don't even think there's a reason. I think we just get in there. Oh, I see. If I don't, their dudes flip. Well, all right, let's just do this then. Then we can syncopate for 2. We can retrieval bounce. All right. They don't even want me to show them. I don't even have to show them. I can just pretend. They just knew it was coming. How on earth did this deck 7-0? I have no idea. I have no idea how this deck 7-0'd. Particularly since our opponents had feel bad cards. But hey, you take every win you get. You take every single win you get. And you're always thankful for it. Let's do some pack one, pick ones here. All right, back one, pick one. I think it's the Cruel Witness. Solid 4-drop flyer with upside. I like it. Here, probably a pretty easy Harvester. 2-drop, makes a blood token. Good beater. Also doubles his removal. A lot of upside. All right, back one, pick one here. I mean, Wandering Mind upside is pretty significant. Probably more than so than anything else in here. Reckless Impulse is pretty good too, but 3-drop Evasive Body, that also nets you a non-creature spell most of the time. Pretty good. Non-creature, non-land. All right, back one, pick one here. Is it the same thing, or do I want the Weaver this time? Well, Weaver's pretty awesome. Ramps, fixes, decent body, especially if it flips. Massive Might's a cheap trick. Maybe I should start just valuing Wandering Mind more. I don't know. Wandering Mind. See if I end up liking red-blue more at the end of the format. Here's a pretty easy Wolf Strike. Not much of a choice there. And here it's Thirst versus Taxidermist. Probably Taxidermist. Powering out your 4-drops on turn 3, as well as having a fixer that also turns into a 4/4 at some point in the game. A lot of upside to Taxidermist. Thirst for Discovery is a great card too. And I like card advantage, but I'd probably go with the Taxidermist. All right. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you for the next one.